This is a screencast to demonstrate the completion of the Excel 2021 Chapter 3 Guided Project 3-3. And so the first thing I'm going to do is download the start file, which I've already done, and then open it. And once you've opened it, click on the Enable Editing button if that pops up. And then we'll start with question number 2 because we complete question number 1 by just opening the file. So for question number 2, we're going to create a pie chart. So we need to open the revenue by department worksheet. And then we're going to select cells A4 through F4. And then we're going to select some non-adjacent cells. So we're going to need the control key, hold the control key down, and select A13 through F13. And then we're going to click the Insert Pie or Donut Chart button, which is on the Insert tab here. And right here, click on this Insert Pie Chart or Donut Chart, and then choose the 3D pie chart. And that'll create our pie chart. For step number 3, we're going to select the chart object, which it should already be selected. And then we're going to click the More button in the Design tab, Chart Styles. So right on the Chart Styles. And we're in the Chart Design tab. And we're going to select Style 3. And that completes step number 3. Then for step 4, we're going to point to the chart object border to display the move pointer. So just click on the border of the chart object and then drag the chart object so that the top left corner is in cell H4. So I'm just going to drag it over here just to the right of and then drop it. And then point to the bottom right selection handle to display the resize arrow. So that's this one right here. The resize arrow is just that double angled arrow. And we're going to drag the pointer to reach Q19. So Q all the way to Q19. Okay, that completes step number 4. For step number 5, we're going to exploit one of the segments in our pie chart. So we're going to double click on the pie chart area to open up the format area or format chart area task pane. And then we're going to click the San Diego slice to update the pane to the format data point task pane. So if you want to know which one is the San Diego, you can just rest your cursor on the pie and it'll tell you, pie segment, it'll tell you. So the purple one here that's 41%, that's the San Diego segment. So we're going to select that. And I want to make sure that it just has that one selected. And then we'll click on this series options and click on the chart or this graph. This is the series options right here. So you have to select that button. And we're going to set the point explosion to 10%. Okay, and then it explodes that segment out. Then we're going to close the task pane and by clicking the X here and then select the border of the chart area to deselect the segment. And that completes step 5. For step 6, we're going to display and format the data labels. So when you select the chart, you should have these quick elements. So, and that'll open up this little menu here. In the data labels, we want to click on that arrow and we're going to select more options. And then we're going to click the label options to expand that group. If necessary, it's already expanded. And then we're going to select the category name box. Select that, and then confirm that the percentage and show leader lines are selected, and then click the separate drop-down list and choose, or separator drop-down list, and choose the space. And then we're going to click the fill and line bottom, the button rather, and then we're going to select no fill. So we need to expand this fill group, select no fill, and then we're going to choose or close the task pane. And that completes step number 6. For step 7, we're going to delete the legend, and then we're going to position the recolor and position the data label. So select the legend on the chart, make sure that's selected, and then confirm that selection by going to the chart elements in the drop-down list in the Format tab, current selection group. So Format tab in the current selection group, we're going to make sure that the legend is selected, and it says right there that it is. And then we're going to press the delete key on our keypad to delete the legend. Then we're going to click the chart elements group, which is our drop-down list, which is on the Format tab, current selection. So select the chart elements on the pull down here. Oh, the series golf data labels is what we want. And then all of the names are selected. And then we're going to click the text fill button, which is right here. Text fill. So with that text fill selected, we want to choose the black text 1, which is the second colors right here in the theme colors. And that changes the text on our labels to black. And then click as many times as needed to select only the San Diego data label. So I'm not sure why it says to click as many times as necessary, but we want to make sure, just click so that the San Diego label is selected. And then we're going to move that or drag it over to the, whoops, didn't mean to do that. Now I just Control Z if that happens. So select the San Diego data label, and then where you've got the quad arrow, you can move it out to the outside. And we're going to do the same thing for each one of these. So St. Louis, you kind of have to click on the outer edge of that, and maybe I'm being a little bit too here. And then Boston is here, Chicago. Okay, you can see that each one has a little loss, those leader lines. So I think they wanted Atlanta over and down a little bit more. I'm probably being too picky. Oops, Control Z that. So anytime you do something that doesn't seem right, you can always Control Z. You can also use the arrows. Oh, I guess you can't use the arrows, never mind. All right, so this looks pretty close to what they've got in the picture. And then click on a worksheet cell over here to deselect the chart. That completes step number 7. For step 8, we're going to create a clustered bar chart object. So to do that, we're going to select cells A22 through B26. So 2 here through B26. That city totals section there. And then we're going to click on this button here And we're going to select the Charts tab, and then we're going to choose the clustered bar chart. Which is this one that has the horizontal bars. So just click on that one that's in figure 382. Okay, and then we're going to size and position that clustered bar chart object. So we're going to point to the chart border, which is right here, chart object border. And then we're going to drag that so that it's the top left-hand corner is at C21. So with you want to make sure you've got that quad arrow, and then you want to go over here to C21, right next to that. And as close as you can. It's good enough, I think. And then we're going to point to the bottom right selection handle, and we're going to drag it to L40. 40. Okay, that completes step number 8, or 9 rather. Step 10, we're going to apply a chart style. So make sure the chart's selected, so it is. If it's not, just click on the border of the chart object. And with that selected, we're going to click on the More button here for the chart styles. And we're going to choose Chart Style 3. Not sure why we had to click on the More button, because we could have selected it like that. Okay, and then for step 11, we're going to format data labels. So just select one of the data labels in any bar, which is, like this first one here. And then change the font size to 16. So to do that, we're going to go up here to the Home tab and change it to 16. And then we're going to select the chart title box. Just click on the chart title, and then triple click to select all the placeholder text. Okay. So you have to do 3 clicks in rapid succession to select all of the placeholder text, or you could just drag your mouse across it. And then we're going to replace that with total sales by city. And then click anywhere on the inside of the chart or on the worksheet. And that completes step number 11. So for step 12, we're going to remove the horizontal axis and reverse the category order, and then apply a special effect. So make sure that the chart object is selected, and then we're going to click the chart elements drop-down list in the Format tab, and that's in the current selection group, and select the horizontal axis, horizontal value axis, and then press delete. So that is this horizontal axis. So if we hit delete, and then we're going to click the chart elements up here and pull down, and select series 1. And then we're going to click the shape effects. So that's on the Format tab in the Shape Styles group. And we're going to select the shadow and the offset bottom right in the outer group. Oh, in the outer, select in the outer group, which is the bottom right, this one, offset Okay, it's the one up here in the upper left-hand corner in the outer group. Then we're going to go back to the chart elements here again. In the pull down, this time we're going to select the vertical category access, and that'll select the city names. And then we're going to click the format selection. So format, and in the current selection group, click on the format selection button there. And then we're going to click the access options button, make sure that that's expanded. And then we're going to select the categories in reverse order box. Right here under the access options. So categories in reverse order. So, and then close that task pane. And that completes step number 12. So step 13, we're going to add alt text to the chart object. So make sure the chart's selected. And then up here in the format, we're going to edit the alt text. Or we can right click the border of the bar chart and select alt text, edit alt text. And then click the entry box and have your insertion point in the entry box, and then type in that text there that this is a bar chart, blah, blah, blah. It's a long text. I'm going to pause while I type that in there. So type that alternate text in there. Make sure you do it without any typos. Make sure the case is correct and all that stuff. And when I originally typed it, I said this is a bar chart that displays. So it should say which displays, which is a proper grammar. So anyway, with that typed in correctly and you confirmed it, go ahead and close the alt text pane, and then select cell A1. So we could go up here to our name box and just type in A1 and enter. And that'll take us up to A1, or we could do the control home key and that'll take us to A1 as well. So that completes step 13. For step 14, we're going to insert Sparklines in a worksheet. So we're going to select this first period worksheet, open that back up, and we're going to select cells B19 through E19. B19 through E19, oops, just a data, B19 through E19. And and then we're going to click the line Sparklines button in the Insert tab right here. On the Insert tab in the Sparklines section, select line Sparklines, and then select cell I19 in the location box and click OK. So for location, we're going to put I19, and you notice it makes it an absolute value for some reason. Then we're going to click OK, and it'll show a Sparkline chart, which is just a mini chart to show the data trending. So for we did like B19 through E19. So for these three, so it obviously shows a big jump in the middle one because it's quite a bit higher than the two, than the preceding and the following months. So that's what Sparklines do. That's question number 14. So for the final question, we're going to format the Sparklines. So with the Sparklines cell selected, we're going to go to the Format button in the Home tab. In the cells group. And we're going to change the row height to 35. So just select row height and then type 35 in that box. And then click OK. And then we're going to go back to the format and we're going to do column width, and we're going to change that to 40. And then we're going to select the markers box in the show group in the Sparklines tab. Click on the Sparkline tab there. And in the show group, we're going to click the markers box. And then we're going to click the More button in the style group here. And we're going to choose the brown Sparkline style accent 6 dark, which is the first row, last column. This one right here. Brown Sparkline style accent 6 darker 50%. And then we're going to apply outside borders to cell I-19. So we're going to go to the Home tab to do that, and click on the borders and do outside borders. And then we're going to click the row 4 heading. Row 4 heading, and select a row height of, I want that to be 35. Okay. And then click cell A1. So go up here and just A1, name box, and hit enter. And then set the page orientation to landscape. So to do that, go to the page layout, and on the orientation, change it to landscape. And then save and close our workbook. And then we're going to go back up to the top here, click on the upload my file. And I always just keep it in the downloads folder. So there it is, the one that I just completed. Open or submit it, upload it, and then click the yes, submit my file, and then we'll get a grade. Hopefully we did okay. 100%. So, okay, so hope that helped, and that completes project 3-3.